Hello everyone, this is Ronnie, and today I wanted to talk about qualifications and certifications and certificates and different things within the field of, health, nutrition, raw food, and whatever. And when it comes to if you're offering something within the raw food movement, especially if you're going to be a coach or a teacher of some kind, or you're making some offering to people, you sometimes might get asked, or some people might be, well, where's your certifications? What's your qualification, and whatever else? And I understand why people that have that question or that mindset, because they want to feel like if they're working for a person, that this person is um, educated in the subject, I suppose, and knows what they're talking about, and they're not just sort of making it up as they go along. And I remember I've seen that question be asked at times. The thing, I'm always open with people that I don't have any qualifications. I don't have the T. Colin Campbell online Cornell University certificate or whatever, the plant-based nutrition certificate. I don't have a nutrition certificate. I don't have a science degree of any kind. I don't have medical training. I'm not a chiropractor, a naturopath, um, a homeopath, a holistic nutritionist, an unholistic nutritionist, a herbalist, a Reiki master. I have none of these things. I have a degree in law and a postgraduate qualification in law, in Scots law, which probably doesn't help me in any other country in the world. I have a black belt in Aikido, a third Dan, which only means really something within the organisation that I'm part of, because in other organisations be completely different, levels of whatever, training or whatever, and different types of training. But I can't think of one training certificate or anything that I've got to do with nutrition or raw food. I honestly don't. And maybe I would get something, maybe, but I've still had people in the nearly 1,000 people come to the UK Fruit Fest. Didn't really ask me about my qualifications for running an event. That's another thing. I have zero qualifications in running an event. You can actually get degrees in event management. I don't have one. This is not about education not being important. It is important, but a lot of the things that I've wanted to do or have done, there just hasn't really been a clear path, or that clear path wasn't shown to me of what I should learn and what I should, go and get qualified in or whatever. Probably I would have, if there had been courses and things, but they're just, a lot of the raw food educators and people, they don't bother to really offer it much. Or it's not really clear what they offer, or whatever. So my experience has been in going to over 20 fruit festivals, 20 different events, going to, in that time, probably at least, I don't know how many lectures, probably 50 hours worth, maybe more of lectures and question and answer sessions and workshops and food demos and whatever. And all the people that I've spoke to, the countless numbers of people that I've met and spoke to, the people that I've interviewed, all the teachers that I've met and interviewed, and my own personal experience of doing the diet, my own personal research, a massive amount of research that I've done online. Now, make me, does that give me a degree? No, of course it doesn't, but I, I have, as I said, I got a degree in law. I knew very little about the subject, to be honest. And I got a degree in it. So I think I know more about this than I do about the subject that I actually have a degree in. And that degree did not actually help me get a job in that field. But anyway, um, you could go and get a degree in nutrition. You could get a degree in dietetics. You could go and become a professional nutritionist. You could get a medical degree in, and you might want to do those things because you're hoping that that will give you the credibility that people will listen to what you have to say, and that you'll be able to get across this message of raw food and plant-based and the health benefits, and you might be able to really help people because you've got some letters in front of or behind your name. My prediction is that it will not make a difference, actually. It might allow you to differentiate yourself to others. But the truth is, the people that are going to doctors and nutritionists, the vast majority of people do not want to change their diet. And that's the reality that's the reality you're going to face. They don't want to listen to you. They don't want to change. They're not interested in what you have to say. They want to make the least change possible. That's why nutritionists do what they do. You know, they tell people to eat a balanced diet and blah blah blah. They just tell people stuff they want to hear because they can't be bothered with the fact that most people don't want to change. Which is the sad truth. Now, how do we actually get people to change? Well, they have to go through some desperate situation, unfortunately. Most people will need to go through some terrible life event, some terrible pain, something major, some catastrophic event that'll make them wake up and think maybe they should consider changing. That's what most people will require. The second thing that a large group of people might require is if everyone else changed, they'll change. Most people will follow. You know, they're not looking to be the first person. They're not looking to be the pioneer. But if all their friends started eating vegan, they would eat vegan in a heartbeat. Human beings are just like... And by the way, this is not criticizing people. This is when it's not something of your particular interest, you'll just follow along with whatever. You know, I wear the clothes that basically that other people wear. Like I wear the typical man uniform, t-shirt and shorts on a nice day. You know, my hair is kind of short. You know, I follow along with the man. I'm not looking to make a fashion statement with my life, you know. And so for a lot of people, they're not looking to make any statement with their diet. They're just going along. They just want easy. They've got other things they want to think about. But if all their friends changed to vegan, they would do it as well, you know. So for a lot of people, that's what it would take. For some people, it takes like some catastrophic event to really change them. And quite frankly, fear, some negative like pain, some negative thing is often what people need. Sometimes it's the compassion thing towards animals where they all of a sudden see what happens to animals and they freak out, you know. So your qualification might help other people, might give you some feeling that you are, might give you some confidence in what you're doing. It might influence some people, but you'll be amazed at how many people have very little interest in that. And a lot of people are holding themselves back because they're like, I've not got a certificate. Now, what is a certificate? What is the importance of these educational pieces of paper? They are important. They're not just pieces of paper. But what is the importance of them? Well, it's a sign. It's a symbol. You've went through a particular training, education. What was that education? Well, I went to university and I went to school and I got qualifications. The education was, here is a book. We're going to go through this book and I'm the teacher. I'm going to help you understand the book, I'm going to ask you some questions about the book, and then at the end we're going to give you a test to see if you can remember and understand the book. So essentially it's reading through a book and understanding it and then memorizing it or learning it. And that is not really something that you require a university or something else to do. You could just go and read the book and learn it, you know. But the certification, the qualification is there to prove that you have actually learned the stuff and that you actually are smart enough to know that stuff or whatever it is. And that you've also got the dedication, the desire, the drive to learn that stuff. And it does change you. Like going through education changes you. It changes the way you look at the world. I can look at the world in a legal way because I went through legal education. I didn't do that well, but I'm just saying that I can break things down into legal obligations, responsibilities, and all that stuff. And occasionally that's helped because a few people have threatened to sue me and stuff over the years over various things. Won't go into that in this video. And one guy, well, I won't go into that, but I could break down a situation and go, well, that's not my responsibility, so why is he saying that's anything to do with me? So it allows you to see the world differently, gives you a foundation of how to look at things and understand things. And the thing about a university or one of these things is that it's an independent certification, by which I mean it's not just some person's opinion, there is another body that accredits that body. So it's a higher level of certainty that that education is at a good level, okay? And my mum, for example, helps to go and accredit other universities. She's an academic. She goes to other universities, she travels sometimes to other parts of the world to make sure the degree courses in other universities are at the required standard. That's something that she does. So that's what, there's a lot of checking and accreditation. So it's not just like if I could create a certification and it would be my certification and I could maybe get other people to look at it, make sure it's a good level, but it wouldn't be as independently accredited as a university or whatever. So I'd have to be honest about that. Now, a lot of certifications and things are kind of a business thing. They are something that appeals to people. People will pay more for that than they will for a typical course or seminar. If they get a certificate at the end of it, people will pay multiple times, thousands more, 10 times more for a certificate. Call it Raw Food Chef Week. Okay, some people will pay for that. Call it Raw Food Chef Certification. People will pay more for that. Why, I don't really know, but people have been trained that certificates and things are worth more. In yoga, the big business of yoga is not in people going to yoga classes. The big business of yoga is yoga teacher training. And people go, they start to learn yoga, and for some reason within months they want to become a teacher. And they go to India and spend a month to learn how to become a yoga teacher. That's the business of yoga. That's where the money is. The Bikram guy charged 10,000 or more for his certifications, and it allowed people to use the Bikram name and all that. So there's a lot of just the kind of it's a business thing, it's a money thing for some of those things. So I don't necessarily trust a lot of certifications. You know, I don't necessarily think, unless you think it's definitely that's the thing you want. So I'll be honest with you, I don't have any certifications, I don't have any qualifications. But I absolutely believe I know more than most nutritionists. I absolutely, completely have total belief that I can help most people more than their doctor when it comes to diseases caused by diet, which you need to change your diet in order to get rid of. So I totally believe, I totally have confidence I have confidence in this lifestyle, and if you change to that, you know. So I don't need the numbers, the letters behind my name. I don't feel I need to do another training, another certification. I continue to study, I continue to learn. I'm certainly not stopping from that. I don't take it for granted, but I don't feel I need to prove that to myself. I'm happy to go out and honestly say to all of you, I don't have qualifications. If you want me to have those qualifications, go to someone else. If you need someone that's got that, that's not me. I have my experience, and that's it. And I totally believe that I have more to give than certainly most nutritionists who don't even eat a healthy diet. Most doctors who don't even eat a healthy diet, and would admit that. Anyway, if you enjoy this channel, if you've enjoyed my stuff, I've just launched my book. There'll be a link below this video. Some people were saying the link didn't work. Hopefully it works now. And the book is basically my 9 years of advice and learning about the raw food diet condensed into one book, with 6 additional bonuses right now which you can enjoy. It's all at almost half price at the moment. It's going to go up in price very soon. And go and have a look at it and see if it's something that you want. But it is not the work of a doctor, a nutritionist, or anything. It's just someone with 9 years of experience in the raw vegan world. Thank you for watching.